Hello common people, this is Common Guy Reviews and I am your lovely host, Pepse. Wow, last video tickled algorithm's bottom, huh? That's nice, many new subscribers and I welcome all of you to watch my common reviews. And soon we are hitting 200 subscribers, and that will make my summer for sure. This week we have a cozy haunted house mystery with the bed rest, a 2022 American supernatural horror film written and directed by Laurie Evans Taylor. Plot is as follows. A university professor Daniel Rivers and his pregnant wife Julie are buying their dream house. This house is old, but it's by the lake, so the view is good. They are renovating this house with a bunch of workers as one of them finds a bracelet in the drain and hands it to Julie. Of course, when she keeps it, something odd starts happening. During the night she hears child's laughter, a marvelous thing to hear anywhere else but in the old house where you are without a child. She follows her cat, who is growling at the empty room when she is startled by Daniel. Soon they are leaving for a party, and there someone asks Julie that is the baby they're expecting their first one. Before she can answer, Daniel says yes, and then we are on our way back to the house. There they tell us that this baby indeed isn't their first, as they lost their first one during birth. After some back and forth arguments, Julie storms upstairs, but suddenly sees a young boy's reflection that startles her, and she falls down the stairs. She wakes up in a hospital, and doctor orders her into the bed rest for the remaining of her pregnancy, as moving or working would endanger the baby. As she is now bound to the bed, weird things happen all around her, and she cannot get away from them. Honestly, this movie was kinda mediocre. It used a lot of jump scares and in such extent that you can't just deal with them, just kinda went numb to them. There was some mildly interesting twists and turns, but not that much, that it would have spared this movie from being just really typical haunted house film. Some characters they used cleverly and I give them points for that, but I am easily impressed and I am not that smart, so you could rattle keys in front of me and I would be somewhat interested. Also the concept what interested me in the first place was that Julie is bedridden. And I expected to see a movie where someone who cannot move from the bed is haunted by ghosts and what it is to struggle when you cannot even escape. But she ran from place to place all the time, so that didn't happen. I kinda wish that the movie would taken place mostly in the bed where she is, and they could have used this narrow space to tell a story, but nah. I mean, most of the stuff happened in the bedroom, but she moved a lot for a person who was told not to because it could be fatal for the baby. Characters were fine. Daniel was a loving husband who knew about Julie's history with her baby dying and her being in a mental hospital because she was traumatized by that. Julie was obviously going a bit nuts with all the weird activity in the house and all that, but she kept her composure for the most times. I think that the best part was the ending where everything was resolved. It was done well and with fine taste, but wasn't that amazing that it would save this movie. It's 5 out of 10 in the IMDb and I agree, it is pretty mid. Well, should you watch this? Well, if you don't have anything better to do and you somewhat enjoy jump scares and some spooky child ghost in the house stuff, I'd say that it goes somewhat okay with a rainy day when you watch this with someone so you can laugh at the cheap scares together. This was my review about Bed Rest, a spookfest that leaves you somewhat craving for something that wasn't there. If you liked this review, press like, comment down below why my reviews haunt your house, subscribe and come back next Friday for another common review. I am working currently with my sound and I like to try different things, so some videos may sound worse or different than the others, so please bear with me. This was Common Guy Reviews and I am your lovely host Pepse, and I'll see you in the next review. Goodbye!